Listen, I manifested my dream life, and so I thought I'd share how to manifest your dream life. I'm literally moving across the country because I asked the universe and God, and guess what? God delivers. Whatever you believe in delivers. You have the power to make your life however you want, no matter if you're manifesting something tiny or ginormous, life-changing. You have the power to do that. So let's explain that. And I'm going to share these methods that work for me. And I do want to say I might have different opinions on what's being shown on TikTok, but again, this is my experience. So to start off with the setting intention phase, you see that 369, you may see writing on a piece of paper and burning it. You may see all of these types of things. And I have to say, a lot of that stuff is watered down. Of course, do what works for you, but I found after doing that stuff for many years, that never works. Never. It doesn't make me feel satisfied. It doesn't make me feel fulfilled in setting intentions. It doesn't make me feel like I'm doing anything at all. It seems like I'm just doing what I'm being told on TikTok, the 369, all that stuff. If that works for you, that's great, but this is what's worked for me. I found that praying is what really helps me. And you don't have to be Christian, you don't have to be spiritual, you don't have to be religious, whatever, to pray. You know, pray to what you believe in. I pray because I love hearing myself speak what I want into my reality. That is the first step. Putting it into the universe, letting God know that you want something. It's that simple. I really feel like praying is what makes me feel like I'm in control of my manifesting journey. I feel like a lot of that stuff on TikTok is very watered down, and of course this is my opinion. I feel like it's new age spiritualism, and I think it's practices taken from other spiritual practices from other groups, and they watered it down. That's what I feel. Phase 2, step 2, which is the planning phase. So when you are manifesting your dream life, what are you doing to bring that into the physical? What are you doing in your life to allow that to come in? Let's say you're manifesting a new job. Are you in the space mentally, physically, emotionally to be able to go into a job? If not, then take this time to plan out how to incorporate that into your life. If you're manifesting a new friend group, if you're manifesting a new relationship, maybe it's time to look at your old relationships and old friendships that no longer serve you and see things and people, places, whatever is in your life that no longer serves you, and remove that. You know, you gotta make room for these manifestations to come in. You can manifest anything you want, but you also gotta make sure that you are ready for it. You know, that would kind of suck if you manifested something that you've been wanting forever, and then it comes and then you feel like you're not ready for it, you know? So start the planning phase by seeing all of the factors, you know, see if you're emotionally ready, emotionally available to welcome in something big like that. For me, it was mostly a mindset situation. I was in this repetitive cycle of feeling like I was not worthy, and you know, stuff like that. You know, I just had to work through a lot of mindset things, and you know, since I took the time to do that, I feel like I am ready to put myself out there and to do the things that I want to do. Like, I feel emotionally and energetically ready to do everything. You know, I got the space, I removed a lot of toxic old friends, I removed social media from my life, and of course you do not have to do all of these things. You need to do what is best for you and what you feel like you need to do to plan for your manifestations. But for me, I needed to remove myself from a lot of social media. I deleted my Instagram, I deleted my Snapchat, I deleted all that, because I was taking a lot of my time. If I wanted something big, you know, I gotta start investing my time and energy into that instead of social media. And then a lot of the time I spent comparing myself to other people, and that's not healthy either. I gotta put back into my own life. I gotta fill my own cup up. Phase 3, or part 3, which is the taking action phase. This is the hardest phase, especially if you are in all of those manifestation groups on TikTok, especially if you have been accustomed to like all of that 369 stuff, because I feel like all of this new age spiritualism teaches people is that they need to stay in the first step. TikTok, all it shows is just doing the 369 method and it comes into your life. That's all it talks about. Nothing else. It doesn't talk about that you actually have to make effort towards the thing you're manifesting to bring it into your life. You gotta make the effort to bring it into your life. And that was the hardest thing for me because I was conditioned to believe that all I needed to do was set intention and bring it into my reality, because that's what I surrounded my life with. My social media presence with things like that. And it ends up not being healthy. So, you know, that goes back to the planning phase and seeing like what in your life is no longer serving you. And so since I've removed that from my life, like I started to work through those mindsets, like I said, and I started to realize like I am the creator of my own reality. Like I, you know, with the universe, with God, of course, but I need to take action towards it. You know, I can't just sit there and wait for it to come to me. It's not gonna happen. And it's just gonna make me upset. And we don't want that. So start taking action towards it. So for example, let's say you wanna move to Paris, or you wanna move to Los Angeles or something like that. Let's say you wanna go on a big move. Start taking action and remember, it doesn't have to be huge, ginormous leaps of faith. Taking steps can be as small as just looking on Zillow at apartments, just looking at neighborhoods, seeing what you like in that area. Taking action doesn't have to be this ginormous leap of faith. It can be if that's what you want. It's up to you. This is your manifestation, okay? Don't ever forget that. Do what feels right for you. But if it's something ginormous, I recommend just taking little leaps, and eventually you find yourself there in like no time. I wanted to move out west. I wanted to be in nature, and so I started taking little steps. That's what I tell myself, like the little things matter, because I felt like I needed to do these ginormous leaps of faith to get what I want. When I needed to remind myself, like I can just sit here and Google places in the US out west, and I browsed all these areas. I counted that as a step, and it made me feel accomplished. It made me feel like I did something in my day. And I kept doing that every single day. I tried to do at least one thing to take a step towards what I want every single day. And it doesn't have to be huge, like I said. And so I started doing that. You know, I looked at areas. I found a state that I really wanted to move to. Then I started looking at what is in that area to do. I started looking at restaurants. I started looking at stores. Like, could I spend my time there? Like, if I moved out there, could I spend my time out there? And I found some stuff that makes me want to move out there. I found that there's a huge community for me out there. Then I started looking at jobs. I found a job online from a TikTok. This person on TikTok found this website called Coolworks, and this is not sponsored, by the way. And they applied and they took the leap of faith, and I was like, I want to do that. So I went on Coolworks. I found a job in that state, in that exact area that I wanted to move to. And guess what? I immediately heard back. I spent literally all night making a resume, because I was like, okay, if I want to make a big change in my life, I gotta start taking action towards it. So I was like, okay, what do I need first? I need a resume. So I spent all night writing a resume, and then the next day I went back to that job and I applied for it. I was like, if I don't hear back, whatever, it's a sign that I'm not supposed to do that. Another chapter, another door will open up for me. And that's another good mindset to remind yourself to, like, if something doesn't work out, rejection is protection. So there are always opportunities out there for you. There will always be opportunities out there for you, and don't forget them, and know that you are worthy of every single one of them. Guess what? I heard an email back, and now I'm moving across the country. I got my plane ticket. I got almost everything ready. I just gotta pack now. I got all my paperwork filled. You know, I still feel a little nervous. I still feel skeptical in some type of way or form, but that's all natural. When you are so used to the comfort, your day-to-day routine of like waking up and doing the same routine over and over again, it's gonna feel uncomfortable. It's gonna feel skeptical. You're gonna feel skeptical because it's not what you're used to. And that's always a healthy feeling to have when you have big change in your life. Every single time I move somewhere, I just feel like a ton of bricks just like rammed into my stomach. So I get so nervous, I get so overwhelmed, but in the end, like once that feeling settles down, I feel so accomplished. I feel so excited. I feel like I did that. I can tell this chapter of my life, no matter how long I stay here, no matter how short it may be, because who knows, I may end up there for a month or 6 months, who knows? I still have a unique story to tell. And it's a win-win situation. I get to travel somewhere new. I get to live on a ranch. And I did that because I could, and I wanted to, and I was bored. And so you can do that too. The last phase, phase 4, which is the best phase. I think all of them are amazing. You know, they're scary, especially the first 3 phases are very scary and very nerve-wracking. But in the end, you start to admire the process and the journey of going towards something a lot more than the thing itself. And it's like this adrenaline feeling. It feels so invigorating. It's like, oh, I just love it. I love it. I love it. And then the last phase, like I said, phase 4, which is the enjoyment phase. This is when you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. It is so rewarding and it is so accomplishing to bask in the fruits of your labor. And now I'm moving towards something that I want to go to. I felt for a little moment that I was just going to be stuck here and I wasn't going to be able to do anything. And then I started thinking of manifesting in these phases. And now I literally feel so accomplished. I feel so satisfied. I'm like, I can literally, if I could do this, like I went from nothing to moving across the country. Like if I can do that, I can literally do anything my inner child has wanted to do forever. I wanted to travel the world, and now I'm fucking doing it. I'm doing it, and I'm bringing it into my reality. And that is the enjoyment phase. Like you just feel so accomplished, you feel so fulfilled, you feel so empowered, and like you can do anything. And when you feel that way, manifestations just come like that. Like you just keep doing that. But don't ever forget that you always have options. You know, you may get opportunities that you wanted that don't have everything necessarily. You know, let's say you've been manifesting an acting job and you get an offer, but it doesn't pay you as much as you want. You can reject that. That is not your only option. The universe is not going to send you one thing. You know, if you reject something even better will come in. So know that you do not have to take every single opportunity that comes to you. Take what you know you deserve. You deserve that. So good luck on manifesting your dream life. I got some big plans and I got some big announcements coming up. And happy manifesting, happy praying. I wish you all the best.